working for a potential client. It was after a storm happened, caused a whole bunch of damage to a property. We got started. I was going through a transition in my company's ownership. So because of that, I wasn't able to quickly get our bond in place for the project. Because the bonding company was like, hey, we need your deal to be done so we can know who's the new owners, blah, blah, blah. So because this was an emergency contract, we had to kind of proceed. The onus was on that owner to say, Michael, you don't have a bond, you need to stop work. Well, because everybody's like, hey, we need to get this fixed. This is a life safety issue. There's issues. We continue to get the job done. Come to find out, client says, oh, we can't pay you yet because you don't have your bond. I'm like, well, I'm just working through this. It's only an issue because the change of ownership. Okay, well, we need you to actually get a document from the client that says everything is good. Literally the same week, another storm came through and caused some erosion that impacted the neighbor's property. Owner would not sign the document, even though I had worked for them for 12 years. I've never had an issue. I completed every job on time, perfect relationship. And it was then that I realized it's not always the organization. Sometimes it's just people. People that don't have to pay bills, they work for somebody. And it was at that point where we completed $500,000 and didn't get paid 1 cent until a year later. So that taught me. All good money, all money is not good money. And I recognize that everybody that says they want to be your client or want to hire you, that's not the person you need to work for. And you need to recognize, okay, your values don't line up to mine, because I completed the job, right, out of pocket, in spite of, I made sure it was done, even though I could have just walked away and said, hey, my subs, we're not getting paid. This just is a mess. But I said, no, I'm gonna be integral. I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do, and we're gonna get it done. And so that was an example of a very, very hard time, but it caused me to look at relationships in a whole nother light. That's why Carla knows I just don't fool with everybody anymore. So that was my horror story that I went through. So hopefully nobody goes through that, but recognize your contract is everything. Whatever it says, most likely they're gonna stick to it, especially if it's the government.